Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. So we are going to keep on playing with our friend Batman. So right now we've reached level 19. Obviously our character is a hero, mentored by Batman, power is gadget, weapon martial arts, and movement acrobatics. So let's get started. If I recall correctly, I think we wanted to talk to our friend The Flash to go play a few missions for him. Let's see. Also, if you guys are wondering how I made the look of this character, look through my videos for a video called Batman Character Creation Batman, and you should be able to see how I made this look for our friend Batman. So first, let me. I seem to have got some mail, so let me go check my mail, and then we'll talk to Flash and continue our missions. So basically, ideally, I'm trying to play the main missions. Right now, I would need to go see our friend Jim Gordon to be able to continue the main mission. But let's talk to our friend the Flash first. But first, we got a new neck piece, so let's equip that. Not a big upgrade, but still. And I just realized, let's sell a few things before we go see our friend the Flash. So as you can see, there's a few vendors here, so we could repair also, but first let's sell, because we don't want to repair something we're going to sell. That should do it, and now we can repair. There's probably a few things I could have sold still, there's a few things that are still locked into my set with my armory. I guess I'm gonna have to go re-imprint my armory at some point. We'll have to wait and see for that. We're already here, so I don't really want to go back to my base and come back here, so we'll do that a bit later.
Hive is attacking Star Labs and LexCorp Exovite transports down by the Metropolis Metrodome. If they get rolled, we'll never learn Brainiac's technology.
So let's accept the mission from our friend Flash. So if we look through our missions, so you can see the pest control mission is still one of our main missions. It's a bit lower level than the Gordon mission, so let's do it first, and then we'll go see our friend Gordon. Not sure if I'll play the Gordon missions today. I guess it'll depend on how long it takes us to play the missions for our friend the Flash. Also, there was an announcement for a new game update. Basically, they're going to give a new look to a few NPCs like Wonder Woman. For Batman, they pretty much kept the same look. But they're going to they changed basically the skin of the character, if I recall correctly. So now we have to go to Outlook Park. Didn't realize it was the name of the park. Been here thousands of times and somehow never registered what the name was. Before we get started, like you can see, there's a whole bunch of Hive NPCs we could defeat. But first, let's go talk to our old friend over here.
Metropolis Metrodome. They're attacking Star Labs transports to steal mass payloads of exobytes. We must reduce our losses.
So now let's get started.
Exobytes are critical to defeating Brainiac.
So there's a handful of objectives we need to complete here. So let's try. There's some truck we have to defend. So let's do that first. So you see the little shield above the character. That means that we have to protect it. Could have sworn there used to be two NPCs we had to defend. Maybe one of them is gone. So there's another one over here. I'm gonna have to tweak my loadout. My loadout pretty much stinks. Basically, it's a loadout where I can encase enemies, but then I have to break the encasement. Didn't used to be an issue, but when I started playing with this character and when I started using the encasement, I didn't like it very much.
Take 'em out.
There seems to be some subtlety that I don't know. I don't really like.
Thanks a lot. Saved our butts.
I guess one of the things I used to like with an encasement is that once you encase them, sometimes using certain abilities, you could pretty much throw them across the map. It was a great strategy to be able to divide your enemies. Like if you were fighting a handful of enemies, you could send half of them flying at the other end of the map, and basically just fight half of them, and then once the other half would come back, then fight that second half.
I'm accessing the Hive's latest information. I don't understand why they
So I'm not too crazy how it seems to work right now.
Which, by the way, you should not breathe. Got it?
And they don't want us to take that investigation. They're so mean. So we seem to be done here, I think.
Hive has turned the Metrodome into a fortress to defend their stolen exobytes and spread their mind-controlling
So let's get out of here.
across the city. Take out those dispensers and tag the exobyte containers for pickup. Star Labs will take it from there.
And let's see, we got a new belt if I... Well, it's only good for the style. Right now, as we can see, we have the Wondergirl belt. It's probably going to be better than quite a few belts we're going to get right now. So it'll probably take a while before we get a belt that's a little bit better than the Wondergirl belt. And also, before I get started here, there should be a few NPCs that I can get missions from. So let's go and do that. So you see those little guys next to the tree?
It's a real mess out there. If you can put a dent in their supplies, we might just get a foothold. We've got a plan to weaken Hive's assault. Take out their fuel canisters and knock out some.
We can see the cash sellers are still working fine. That made some changes some time ago, so in order to try to prevent cash sellers from being able to spam in the chat, it worked for about 5 minutes. So let's grab the little investigation here. So here we have a whole bunch of stuff. There's some turrets we need to defeat. There's those thingies next to the turrets that we have to break. There's some, you can see the sort of explosive barrels there that we have to break. There's a bunch of enemies that we have to defeat. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we need to do. There's these little canister we have to click on. Ideally, you want to destroy the sort of barrels, the exploding barrels with a range attack. But as you saw, it didn't really matter in this case.
Confirmed, Command. The beacon is active.
So we seem to have completed some of the objectives, but we still need a few royal drone. And what else? The Hive supplies, so the little red barrel thingy. For the royal drones, there's usually some floating here. Speaking of the devils, there's usually some floating around here, so it shouldn't be too big an issue to try and find some. So let's go collect our reward.
Those Hive
Oh yeah, level 20.
Neurotoxin. Lucky for you, you seem to be able to resist it.
So we got some gloves only for the style.
Hello there, mate. How have you been? All right. I'll cut the chumminess. I know we don't have much history together.
So next we pretty much have to
And speak.
go on top. So you can see there's the artifact mission that we got unlocked. So we could go play that one. We'll do that a bit later.
Must free those scientists before she steals their minds and converts them into drones.
I'm not sure why the Superman voice was so low. Let me take a few minutes to adjust my settings. Probably should have done that some time ago. So I guess it discounts as a movie volume. So let's raise it a bit. And let's see if we can trigger it again.
Bad news. Queen Bee's drones have LexCorp
Not much better. Oh well.
hostage inside the Metrodome.
So usually we have to protect, to activate those little thing here, and we have to try and protect them. Let's pull back a bit. Almost there. So you can see the little shield above, what is it, an antenna or something? So let's activate the other one. We're about halfway through. So basically there's some evil Hive enemies that will spawn as we protect the turret. But we seem to be pretty much done, so let's go pick up that investigation.
Hive mind transmission. Drones, discard armor, plating for upgrades.
So let's go to the Hive base to continue our mission. Let's see if we need to select anything. I guess not. For the artifacts, we already have one artifact that we got from the Metropolis missions. So we should be able to get another artifact from playing the mission for our friend Constantine. So let's pick up a little side quest here.
Infiltrating the Hive's defenses when we came across LexCorp troops looting the place. They fired on us and ran. We gotta round them up before they cause more trouble. You can start with that guy over there. He should come to any minute.
In case you didn't know, you can throw those barrels as well. Oh, let's go capture a little spec ops.
When Luther hears about this, you're going down.
I'm not scared of Luthor. I'm Batman. Too far, too far. So let's see if we can help our friend here. There's a duo version of this mission, which is a bit different than the solo. So some of the objectives seem similar, but not quite. There is a boss that you fight here in the duo that you don't get to fight when you play the solo version. Sometimes I mess up. I'm a little used to my quantum loadout on my multiverse character, so usually takes me a few minutes to get used to the loadout of the when I switch characters. It will take me a few minutes to get used to the character of the new character loadout. So let's get rid of that little guy first. And now we can go get rid of our Spec Ops guy.
I got my rights.
If you're not sure if there's items that may be hiding behind those base items, you can just destroy them. This little guy I was looking for. Oh no, I wasted my supercharge.
About time someone showed up.
Could have sworn there was one more. Oh, there he is. Sometimes some of those enemies are very close to the ceiling, especially when they're flying like that. Usually it's not a big deal, although there are some bounties in Gotham that sometimes fly really, really high, so if you're not playing a flying character, it can be a bit challenging sometimes to try to get some of those bounties.
Well, about time. Like I'd ever tell the Hive.
Could have sworn I forgot something. Been a while since I'm in here. So this is the fourth scientist we need.
You just saved vital researchers in the fight against Brainiac. Although Lex doesn't see it, we all need to be working together. But we'll save that fight for another day. For now, take out the Hive's main power generator so you can get to Queen Bee and find out what's really behind this Hive invasion.
If you're wondering why I came back, sometimes when you leave enemy behind you, you end up in a perpetual state of being in combat. Didn't seem to be the case here, but I didn't want to take any chances. So sometimes when you get into combat, if you left some enemies behind, you get kind of stuck into combat mode. So when you're trying sometimes to get out of combat to be able to regenerate your health or your power, it doesn't really work sometimes if you leave enemies behind. Could have sworn this in this map that's what happened, but again, as I said, it's been a while since I've been here, so. At this level, you can pretty much either use your powers or your weapon. It's not a big deal either way. You should be able to do fine. And this is pretty much the part where you can decide if you prefer to use your weapons or your powers. So don't hesitate to test out both. Test using your powers. Test using only your weapons, test both, and you'll be able to decide what you prefer after a while. Again, you don't really need to defeat every NPC like I'm doing. But I personally prefer that. especially since it's been a while since I've been in this mission. And sometimes, wait, let me check. Sometimes there's a little chesty chest in here, I think. I guess not.
Freaking me out. They never stop.
There's also a few healing barrels if you need them for your feet. So don't hesitate to break them, or if you don't want to waste them, you can just pick them up and bring them with you to the next fight. So there should be a spec up here. I've completed the mission, but I think there's a feat to capturing all the spec ops. So even if you've already completed the mission, it's a good idea to keep on capturing all the spec ops. Sometimes a little chesty is here. I guess not today. I could be misremembering, and maybe I'm thinking of the duo. Sometimes it happens. So we seem to be done here, so let's continue.
Intruder detected. Intruder detected. Initiating defense protocols.
Oh no!
Soldier needs.
He initiated the defense protocol. We're in trouble now. I'm just checking to be sure I didn't forget anything. I guess not. So we should be getting to the final boss now.
The Hive mind has been breached. Overriding directive. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac.
Bring the exobytes to Brainiac! Guards! Protect your queen with your lives!
Destroy the intruder.
Not sure why whenever I see this Hive logo for a half a quarter of a second, I think it says 5. So at first you have to defeat the Royal Guardsmen, and when you do, then you can attack the evil Queen Bee. Although it takes a while before our protection disappears. Or when it does, then you can finally beat the snot out of her. It used to be a tough fight, but I guess now I'm so used to it that it's no longer a tough fight for me. And I think there's a few more spec ops. So let's get our loot first. So we could take a cape or a belt. Well, let's go for the cape. The cape is a bit better. Oh, and let's skip the cinematics. If you want to watch the cinematics are awesome. If you want to watch them, I have a video called DC Universe Online the Movie or something, where I have a whole bunch of cinematics. So here we have another Spec Ops. So you see there's a feat for arresting all the Spec Ops on the map. So even if you do complete... Oh, there's the old chesty chest. So let's complete this thing. It'll give us a pair of boots. Oh yeah, level 21. Even better.
But hey, we won this round.
So we got a new back piece. Oh, a new pair of boots. Not so much.
That's a hacker joke. You're welcome. Hey, Hive, you wanna see something? How about some help with my mainframe?
Not so much.
That's a hacker joke. 'Cause I don't have enough Report to the Flash in the safe house for some new gear.
So let's break the old chesty chest. Oh, got a new pair of gloves.
Brainiac is in control of Queen Bee. He's using the
Nah.
drones to recover his exobytes. I hope this stings Brainiac in the end. But if she doesn't, we
Hive mind transmission.
And we've completed an investigation.
Thus.
And also we got a Prometheum logbox. Some of you guys were asking where we can get the keys for the Prometheum logboxes. Basically you purchase the keys from the marketplace. If you go to the marketplace, it's been ages. It's probably in supplies. So you can see here, cannot buy, but let's see how much one key cost. So one key cost 72 cents basically, 72 marketplace cash. Let's see how much it is for 5 for a little less than $3, 288. So this is where you can purchase Prometheum keys, but I strongly advise against it. But if you are a legendary player, you can open Prometheum logboxes without purchasing any keys. So let's open it. The reason why I say don't purchase keys, you can see here what you get. Sure, you do get some styles, you get some broker bot if you want, you get some base item, random base item, or some compound omega. So you choose one of those. But is any one of those really worth like $1 or 75 cents? Not really. In this case, and you can see this is a low-level character, and already I have the demonic chest, I have the antifreeze wig style. I guess I could take the broker the proto broker bot, but I never use those. The butcher block, yeah, that could be interesting for a base item, or the compound omega. Let's go for the compound omega. So it gives us one item and a mark of victory. Not really worth it, if you ask me, but you decide. If you decide to purchase Prometheum keys, Prometheum logboxes right now are pretty much are a good thing if you're legendary. But if you're a free-to-play player or a premium player, I would strongly advise don't waste your money buying those. But at the end of the day, it's your cash. You do what you want with it. I know that there are people who think I'm crazy for opening time capsules. So if you want to open log boxes, who am I to argue? So now we have to go back and see our friend the Flash. So as you saw, we went from level 19 to level 21 with just those few missions. So for that alone, it was worth it to play the side missions with our friend the Flash. And you can see also here there's a vaunted poster. These are posters for defeating enemy players in PvP. So there's no reason not to pick up those posters unless you really don't plan to play any PvP at all ever. Usually I just, whenever I pass by those posters, I just pick them up. But it has been a while since I played PvP. Oh. Too far. So let's go see our friend the Flash. Oh, and we have...
So now you're the hero.
I kind of like looking at other people's looks sometimes.
I'll be working with you again soon.
So let's see. Oh, level 22, and we learned Gauss Grenade. That's a good ability to have. And let's see. Gordon wants a word.
Commissioner Gordon needs your help.
Let's see if we got some rewards. Oh, there we go. So let's open the mission reward box. Might give us a weapon that's not really as good as the one we have, but it gives us a new style, so why not? I don't think I will use the collections. I'll probably save them for some other character. Basically, this character, once I complete all the main missions and or reach level 30, I'll probably delete this character. I was going to go to the vendor, but actually, let's go back to our base. If there was one time to go back to our base, the time was now. So our bat new there. I probably should have used a different layer, but oh well. Actually, I was meaning to do that, so let's do that. Let's start by imprinting our armory. Let's go sell all the stuff we no longer need. So we can see we have some, basically some junk rewards we get playing the missions. Some of the gear we no longer need. We'll keep the compound omega. So we had a bunch of stuff to sell. Let's repair what we have here. Oh, and we got mail. The mail is probably for the investigation we completed. So we got a nice pair of pants. Let's see if not worth it other than the style. Well, that happens. So again, let's sell our pants we don't need. And let's change our base. Basically right now I'm using, I forget, the Gothic base, I think. So let's relocate our base. We have plenty of marks of victory if we need to. We have some cash. So let's relocate our base in Gotham, and let's go for the cave lair, because we're Batman. So if we look again in Gotham, we can see all the places where we could set up our base. We could set it up on Arkham Island. I'm not going to do that. Let's find a place not too expensive. No point in wasting a lot of cash. That's a bit far south. Let's give it a try. So we're going to try this little base here. So let's do that. So if you ever wondered how to relocate your base, this is how you do it. So you can basically select amongst all the base styles that you have, and it'll give you different options of where you can put your base. And eventually we'll finish loading, and there we go. So it's a base that's pretty much in the middle of the area in Gotham where we have all those bottles. So let's go back into our lair. Harley Quinn. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures for the upcoming Birds of Prey movie with the new Harley Quinn look. So as you can see, we got a brand new cave lair. Often people will ask how you can get the Batman base. Pretty simple. You go to the marketplace, you purchase it, and then you select it as your lair, and then you select a location for it. It's pretty much that simple. So next time we are going to go. Next time we're going to go play the artifact mission so that we can get our second artifact, and also we should be able to level up maybe this artifact or the other one. I'm not sure just yet. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. There's also some information about the Game Update 94, but the information is a bit sketchy. There's a live stream from the devs about Game Update 94 if you want to look at it, but it's a bit confusing. Whenever they get together like half a dozen of them, and I guess they're trying to have fun together, or they do have fun together, but sometimes it basically a lot of the information was a bit confusing in the last live stream. The main takeaway from the last live stream was that they're changing the marks of victory to some source marks or something like that, but it wasn't clear at first if it was. At first, they did seem to suggest that the currency for all the new episodes would remain. But then at some point they were saying that all the currency would be converted to source marks. So it was a bit confusing. So I hesitated about mentioning it because I was waiting to try it out myself to be able to understand exactly what's going on. But basically, for May 1st, if I recall correctly, we're going to get the game update 94, which will give us the spring seasonal, but also a whole bunch of new changes. Like basically, they're changing the market victory currency. But as soon as I get more information, I'll probably make a video about that. So next time I will make a video about our friend Batman playing the artifact mission with John Constantine. So that is pretty much it for now, guys. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.